Interesting enough, this it's just freaking cardboard. Alright, next I'm going to deal with some cosmetic issues. This game has gotten, so you can notice here all the white, that's actually not supposed to be there. That's just marks from people's hands, their rings, their hands on location. These decals, if they're not protected, will get wear like this eventually. And on this game, I hadn't started doing it by default, but normally now we put Mylar around this area just to keep the cosmetics of the game nicer. But instead, what we have is, ta-da! When we went to Expo this last year, this was a great sale. So we're going to upgrade the side armor here with some, it's an upgrade accessory for this game, but it also is going to have the side benefit that it should cover this up because the armor is bigger. Let's see what we got here. So you can see this new armor. It's got the 2012 art, and that's going to cover that up beautifully. So I've never actually done stern side armor. Just never had any games that I want to buy that upgrade for. So this will be a first. This should hopefully be really easy compared to classic games where the side armor is normally taped or nailed in. This should hopefully just be screwed in, which means it should be really easy to just pop out. And interesting enough, this it's just freaking cardboard. How freaking cheap is that? That's ridiculous. Oh my god. I might want to put something over this to protect it. Oh my god, I cannot believe the cheapness of this crap. It's got a shimmer to it, which the Mylars might dull some. But I don't want hands just on that. It won't last. Alright, we're going to think about this. Alright, the more I think about this, even though this is, it's like a slicky, almost like a baseball card kind of cardboard, I'm still not really satisfied with how that will hold up. So I'm going to actually just put Mylar over it. This is Mylar just by the foot. It's great because then you can use it for any application that you want. And if you don't have any of this, I highly recommend you get some. So I'm just gonna kind of rough this a little bit, eyeball it. I need to be super precise here. This is going to be behind it anyway. And I'll trim this. That was a rookie move, not enough to cut through the paper. Don't do this at home, kids. Cutting towards yourself with a razor. Worst cut ever, but it doesn't matter. Set this to the side. And we're trying to do cheated that way so that when I use the edge here to trim, it should be, damn you, come on. I don't really want to mark up my armor. All right, do this a little bit more old-fashioned way. Just all the time. I can feel the plastic or the hole, so I'm just gonna go like there. That should be plenty. So now, I always like to round any corners so they don't catch or like to get ripped off. All right. See, that looks pretty good now. All right, but now we got to get this off, and it looks like it's glued. So there's just little pieces of glue at the top end. Could probably use some heat. Pull this off. Stay right here. All right, this is probably overkill for this, but since we're dealing with cosmetics, I'll be cautious instead of just going in there and cutting it. I'm just gonna use some heat, try to get that glue to soften up some. The metal. Yeah, that's working better. Oh, it's a whole line. Not just two-sided tape. Another little piece of there. Boom. Piece of cake. Okay, so here's what we're working with. All we want to do is basically put that there. So I go far enough down. Got about 1/4 inch, about 3/8 at the bottom. Oh, yeah, that's where we'll go. Normally we try to clean under Mylar. That stuff's not going to be visible. Oops. What do we got going on there? Oh, that's a mark. Just start with half of it to get a good, so that you don't have to touch the rest of the plastic anywhere, and then just work it down. Makes it shiny compared to the original, but it'll last longer. right, I'll just do this to the other side. Of course, I get this armor, and what do you see? Look a little funny right there. Yeah, it's bent right there. Good job, Stern. Right out of the box. See the light different there on the edge? Yeah, bent. Hammer that out. Might be more visible sitting on the table here. See all that? Okay, well, I just kind of put it on the floor and smacked it with a hammer. A concrete floor, less give than this wood table. But I think when the screws are down, you won't see it. It's just got a slight ripple right there. Almost been it by hand. Yeah. The finest Stern accessories. All right, let's get this card off.
Using the metal definitely worked better last time, so that's what we're gonna do. Oops. I'm gonna say it's just two-sided tape. In this case, the tape all stayed on there. Use this as our template again. Somewhere in my scissors. Scissors right there, but.
You can see this doesn't have to be super. Gone worse than expected. So it doesn't have to be super precise, but I can do better than that. Go about a 1/4 inch inside that line.
Eyeball what we got here. Turn it back a little bit more.
Don't have to worry about these the marker on the eyeler at all. It's going to be behind the metal anyway. But if you need to take that off, usually just like some Windex and whatnot, or it's alcohol. Alcohol will take off Sharpie if that was the worst case. But you can see that's a good match. So when we go over our graphic, pretty much just lining up. Don't want to go into the flipper hole. Actually, this needs to be a little bit smaller for the paper. Don't want to be right against the edge of the paper because that'll give it a place for it to catch and be brung up. So a little further back is better. And I'm going to use this hole to line me up. Wow. All right, back to the game. So what do you actually have to do to replace this armor? Well, pretty much it's just 2 screws, but there's also bolts here, one here and one all the way at the front. The challenge is this one at the back here doesn't look like it's going to clear the head hinge here, so I think I'm going to have to fold the head down to get to this bolt. So I'm going to start there because that's going to be the most annoying part. Just scoop them out from the wall here. Get your normal 5/8 wrench. Just 2 bolts on the back. Undo. These are helpful little ratcheting wrenches. It's Harbor Freight. I actually prefer these to the more expensive pin wrenches that people sell, which have the 2 common leg bolt sizes. I just carry the 2 wrenches. I don't do enough of the old games on location to worry so much about the 9/16, I think the other size is, common leg bolt size. Just a little 7/16. So I'm going to do both sides while I'm here. Super easy. They're not even tight. They're just snug. But I think I'm going to have to move the head back and forth to get the armor on and off, which is kind of annoying. But so just headless bolts here. Same thing at the front. Let's see if we can. Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna be able to reach it with the head down. Oh, they're right there. The playfield needs to be up to do those. So this is like a dance. You gotta. All right, let's think this through. Pick this up. Probably put 1 bolt in it really quickly just to keep it in place. Lift the playfield, do the rest, and do it again in reverse. Yeah, okay, hold on. I have to hold it in place. Balls should already be out. Yep. Screws. Simple coarse wood screws. This comes right off. Off with the old, on with the new. You can see the new ones have more holes, including holes that aren't already drilled. So this is a one-way trip. Just don't mention having the pre-drill. These cabinets are pretty soft, but the holes can be a little messy when the wood screws chew into them, so I have to think about what I want to do there. Just snugging those up. See if I can actually get to this with the head up. Let's see. Oh man, it is so close, but not enough. Or, you probably fight it, but not worth it. Now we do the reverse. Put the playfield back down, head back down. Do the bolts at the top. Do the circus in reverse here. Drop Drop the head again. I just put the head back so we have it in our normal position so we can work on the game.
Forgot these newer stands have these bumpers at the top, which so you lose your hardware.
Come on, y'all are watching me. Tell me where I put this. Right here. I swear 20% of everything you do is looking for stuff you set down. Maybe that was the noise I heard. Yep. All right. All right, next got to figure out if I want to put these screws in here. You can see the plate moves pretty good without it, so definitely recommend putting them in. Question is, do I want to pilot hole them or not, or just raw dog it right to the wood screw with the rough wood screws? I think I'm going to put a little bit of a pilot hole in just to make it go smooth, and because I can. All right, so screws they give you are just these little, I don't know, about 3/8 or so kind of screws. I'm just setting up a very small bit. I think it's 5/64. These look like number 8 screws. This cabinet's really soft, so I don't want to make a big hole. Just a little bit of a flag to keep my depth sane. Didn't even break out the nice tools. These are just drills sitting around. Where did the screwdriver go? Starting to get to give you a whole new bag of hardware, but obviously could reuse the other stuff. This is good. These are nice and tight. See how much the panel snugged up to the cabinet there too. All right, that's all she wrote. So just need to do that on the other side and we're all done. So that's it for now. All right, here's just a look at the finished product on this side. Since this is the side we started on that had the wear that we were trying to cover up, you can see covers it nicely. There's a little bit of gap here that I wish was flatter. You could take this off and try to bend it flatter, but it's acceptable. You can see how it looks. Just wish it was painted metal. All right, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.